Welcome to Fourth and Forever, the flagship show of Roundtable Sports Network. Join hosts Dan, Richie, and TD as they break down the latest news and storylines across the NFL, featuring game predictions, breakdowns, heated debates, live Patreon callers, and everything in between. Catch Fourth and Forever every weekday at 1 p.m. Eastern on the Roundtable Sports YouTube channel. Welcome on in to Fourth and Forever, your favorite daily NFL show on Roundtable Sports Network. We got myself, Richie Malora, joined by Dan Mitchell today. We have some chaos that happened across the NFL world in week number 8. We're going to break it all down. It's just Dan and I. TD will be tonight because the AFC East are victorious. Dan, how you feeling, brother?
Dude, I got destroyed with my picks this week.
Did you now?
So I'm not sure about you, dude, but it was upset city in NFL week 8. You know, who would have think and that the Dolphins would rise from the grave? Who would have think the Jets would get their first win of the season against the Cincinnati Bengals, man? It was absolutely electric. Damn, I'm excited to unpack it today, man.
I'm very excited to unpack it. TD is not joining us today. He had something happen, but he's all good. He will be there tonight for the AFC East Roundtable, so don't you worry. And the AFC East Roundtable, Dan, is going to be fun. The first time, is it the first time in history? Probably not, but it feels like it. First time all 4 teams win.
It's been a long time. It's been a very long time.
Can someone in the chat find out when the last time all 4 teams in the AFC East won?
I feel like it may have been 2023. And so I feel like 2024 was pretty lopsided too, going the Bills' direction. But it had to be 2023 or early in 2024. It's nuts, dude. It's nuts. But you know what? It's great because now we're welcoming back a lot of the people that we haven't seen in a couple of weeks.
Exactly. Folks, smash that like button if you're not already on your way into Fourth and Forever. We had a nice weekend worth of football, and we're excited to get into the chat. Shout out to everybody here. Let us know where you're from. We already got a first super chat. Dan, it's Victory Monday. Hashtag hug Bob. Don't hit him. Today. Hug him. It's a positive day here on Fourth and Forever. A nice hug. The refs helped the Bills get their snap their skid. Just kidding. Dude, Mojo is in the chat. Jesse's in the chat. NFL refs fan. The Nerdy Realtor. Marcus excited for his Packers on Sunday Night Football. How about that? We got a lot to break down today on this Monday. It's a Victory Monday for myself. First time I can celebrate that in quite some time. Yeah. I mean, let's just get straight into business. You talked about it, Dan. There's so many games, and I don't even want to jump into a game yet because it feels like there's so much stuff that we need to break down around the NFL. What was your favorite part of the weekend, football-wise?
My favorite part of the weekend was obviously all of the upsets, right? And the biggest thing, especially coming from a Bills fan's perspective, it just doesn't make sense. This year does not make sense whatsoever. I think about that Falcons loss from the Buffalo Bills a couple of weeks ago, and I see them match up against the Miami Dolphins, and you would assume that it would be much of the same, that Bijan Robinson would go off for 250, right? And they would be able to run at will. And you see a Miami Dolphins team completely dominate this team all across the board. And then you see the Buffalo Bills beat a team that shut the Atlanta Falcons out 30-0 just a couple of weeks ago. This league is backwards.
I love it.
It's very difficult.
It's the best it's been.
Seriously.
And that's what makes this league so beautiful right now, in my opinion, is the games you expect. And I think that's why we're all bounced in our survival pool early on. But the games you expect to be locks aren't locks anymore, man. And that's the beauty of this sport of the NFL. Chat, let us know where you're from. What fan are you representing? Or what team, rather, are you a fan of? There's so many games to get into. And we're going to save the AFC East talk as much as we can tonight, even though I'm biting at the bit, Dan. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, me too. It's tough. It's tough.
Screw it, Dan. Let's do it. We can do whatever we want.
We're talking all AFC East. No. Surprisingly enough, there were a share of some crazy games. And number one, what the hell was going on with the Baltimore front office where they didn't think that Snoop Huntley was the answer for them as Lamar Jackson has been out? And so the Ravens beat the Chicago Bears 30-16. So the Bears obviously had their problems. But you would think that was the right move all along, was to put Snoop Huntley as the QB instead of filling for Lamar, right? Or am I crazy?
No, you're not crazy. I mean, I don't know what took them so long, and they definitely have something we have to break down, which has been a storyline with the Ravens, and I don't want to take away from their win, but the way they handled the entire Lamar Jackson situation on Friday was very alarming. Do you think the NFL is going to put the hammer down?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure, man. It was just weird as far as him being a full participant Friday and then them saying, wait, never mind. He was only in scout team reps, especially with all the controversy going on with the NBA right now. Not saying that either of these things are related, but I feel like some of these professional sports leagues are on massive alertness right now. I could definitely see them losing a draft pick over this and paying some pretty significant fines.
Yeah, Harbaugh said it was an innocent mistake, but hey, I don't know. You go out there, not a great look, but the Ravens still get the W, snap the Chicago Bears win streak, by the way. So it's not like the Bears have been playing bad football. They've been playing good football, and the Baltimore Ravens at home take care of business. And now I think the big reason why I think the Ravens are playing it safe, Dan, is Lamar Jackson could be ready to go in his return on Thursday night. It's a short week for them. So they felt like if Lamar plays against the Bears, it wouldn't be smart to have him play 2 games in a 4-day span. So maybe that's why they're being a little more precautious. Now the Ravens will potentially, I'm assuming, get Lamar for Thursday night's game against Miami.
It's funny, too, because now that you look at sports odds and books, like Ravens are the favorites to win the AFC North right now.
With the Steelers now losing 2 in a row.
And so we'll get to the Steelers here in just a second, but it's not a surprise. It's 2-5, and this Ravens schedule does ease up. I liked what I saw from them defensively, although it's from the Chicago Bears, and I did kind of want to talk about the Chicago Bears. I saw a tweet earlier this morning where they compared the total amount of points scored in 2024 through their first 7 games of the season compared to the 2025 campaign, and it's dead even, Richie. It's dead even, maybe a point or 2. So if you're a Chicago Bears fan, is this just quality defensive production for you? Is Ben Johnson really not making as much of an impact as possible? Is Caleb Williams not as far ahead as his development as we thought? What do you think on that?
No, it's interesting. I think that they were on a 4-game winning streak. They won in ways that was really important in the clutch. And then now I think another storyline with this game, though, is the Ravens defense getting back to their backbone, because that's what the Ravens organization is about, defense, and they really stepped up in this game. So I'm not going to hit the panic button on the Bears yet. I understand that those metrics will be a little bit alarming to some, but I think they were due for a loss. They weren't going to win the rest of their season games. The Ravens were starving for a win. So I think it's more about the Ravens getting a W than I am worried about the Chicago Bears. But guys, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button if you're not already on your way into the show. We appreciate that. I know that we said we're going to save some AFC East topics, but Dan, I just have to bring this up because we did lose a big member of the NFL community, and more specifically the Jets community yesterday, and that was Nick Mangold, who sadly passed away. And that was a big deal for the entire Jets game yesterday in totality. And I just wanted to, take a moment here and just show him the love that he deserves, the recognition, because this is someone that touched so many Jets fans' hearts. Like, this is a guy that's active in the organization after he retired, just represented everything you want to be as a real professional in sports. I think he should be a Hall of Famer, 9-time Pro Bowler. I mean, was in the Jets Ring of Honor. And it was just a devastating morning for all of us around the NFL community. Do you have any? How do you remember Nick Mangold going up against him all those years?
And so he was a dominant force right over there. He died way too young, and it's awful to see. I'm glad that your team was able to rally and win one for his legacy. And so you really couldn't write a better script. And so what was it right in the fourth quarter? Like, y'all ended up putting up 21 points in the fourth. Is that right?
Yeah.
Massive rally just to go up against this Bengals team, man. It's sad to see him go. But hey, you know what? His team ended up winning one for him.
It was 23 points because they went for 2 twice, 3 touchdowns. And yeah, I mean, the offensive line was absolutely perfect in honor of Nick Mangold, allowing 1 pressure and 0 sacks. And it was one of those days for us Jets fans that felt a little bit bigger than the sport, because he's not just this any ordinary former Jet. This was someone that really, really meant a lot to us as a community. And the fact that the Jets were able to bounce back and get that win the way that they did, it was fantastic. So I definitely wanted to give Nick Mangold the respect he deserves, and we're going to highlight more about that later tonight. So make sure you guys check out the AFC East Roundtable. That's going to be live tonight at 6 p.m. We're going to break down Jets, Bengals, Bills, win, Patriots, and the Dolphins W as well. But let's get into some other games. Dan, I know that we weren't able to talk about it because TD had a show, but I wanted to get your thoughts about that snooze fest on Thursday night between the Chargers and the Vikings. I mean, it's not much to say other than the Chargers dominated that game. Yeah. Are you buying into the Chargers right now after that game or not?
So I think this team is a hell of a lot different when
they get their swagger back.
Yeah, when they have their swagger back, man, like Joe Alt being added to the equation certainly helps, right? Like he's such a force in those overall pass pro schemes. And you can see just the comfort level in Justin Herbert's eyes when he knows that he doesn't need to be looking over his shoulder each and every single play. With Ladd McConkey continues to go out there to dominate. It's tough for me to put a title on the Chargers just yet, especially with how good the Kansas City Chiefs have been looking. But that was a must-win for the team. Thankfully, or hopefully, with Alt can stay healthy through the remainder of the season, and they are going to be a force.
Yeah,
Except for I still want them to get a wide receiver at the trade deadline. And so I think one more weapon is certainly going to take that offense to the next level.
Now, are you like panicking, or not panicking because you're not a Vikings fan, but are they a team that you just lost all hope for? Because
it's over.
I don't want to be that guy, man, but let me just ask you this. What changes did the Minnesota Vikings do in the offseason?
Well, virtually nothing outside of saying goodbye to Sam Darnold, right?
And all I'm going to say, and obviously, you can take this as you will, you can call me a Sam Darnold, whatever, but they didn't lose anything else besides Sam. They didn't gain anything else. And they were a 14-win football team last year with Sam. Yep. And I know everyone's like, yeah, well, Sam, in the playoffs fell apart. Well, he got them going. And I think the quarterback position is more of a big deal than you think. So I knew they were going to regret that decision, giving up on Sam, and you're seeing it right in front of your eyes.
And Sam is quieting all the doubters. And with some people in the chat, at least toward the beginning of the offseason, they would say, oh, no, well, the Vikings aren't going to miss a beat, right? Like Sam wasn't that much of an impact player for the offense. At least for the regular season, he damn near was. And I understand that J.J. McCarthy has been hurt, but is there anything in your mind that would think that the Vikings would be in a different situation if J.J. was the starter all along? I don't know why Vikings fans had this misconception that a kid coming out of college that has never thrown for over 3,000 yards in his career, one full year removed from any football action whatsoever, was going to pick up and match top 5 quarterback production. I think the Vikings ultimately end up finishing in last place in this division.
Oh, yeah. No doubt about it. Sad stuff there to see what happened to Carson Wentz. Did you watch any college ball this weekend? Are you engulfed in the quarterback class, or not really, because you're not somebody that really needs a quarterback as a Bills fan? Are you tuning in to what all these quarterback prospects are doing?
It's got to be Mendoza, man. He's got to be your guy. If I know that like all these questions are coming from a Jets fan's perspective, and you're just itching to hear what Dan Mitchell thinks your next QB is going to be. Let me tell you what, I think Mendoza certainly brings a lot to the table, and perhaps even Diego Pavia from Vanderbilt. His numbers were not that impressive, but the young man does make plays when you need him to. I don't think he's a first-round talent, but I do think that he will have a promising NFL career once he is in the league. But, yeah, dude, college ball is absolutely
electric. You know what quarterback is getting a lot of hype right now?
Who's that?
Ty Simpson.
Ty Simpson from Bama, huh?
He's getting, I don't know if you're following, but, the draft gurus all over the place are obsessed with him and obsessed with his film. But the problem with him, not problem, but this is just his first year starting. Could he be one of those quarterbacks that goes into the draft with just 1 year of starting in college? Some people say that's not a good thing, but he is absolutely balling. I'm very impressed with him as well. But, yeah, it's an interesting class. Very interesting class. What's going on?
Ty Simpson coming out of college, dude. Some college ball, dude. You know what? That Senior Bowl is right around the corner.
I'm excited for that. I'm very, very excited for that. So let's get into some more games throughout the week, folks. Don't forget that the like button. Let us know how you're feeling. We got another super chat. November 10th, 2010 was the last time that all 4 AFC East teams won. Is it? So this is going to be the first time in the AFC East Roundtable history tonight.
I feel like we had a couple of AFC East Roundtable episodes where all 4 of us won. And so I could be crazy.
Maybe one of us was on a bye.
AFC East teams won a week. Let me see. I'm curious now. All right.
Well, you don't trust Glenn's research?
Well, the last time was Sunday, October 26, 2025. Let me see. Yeah. Oh, damn. Look at that. It was 2021, somebody said. Look at that, folks.
Well, where did Glenn get this from?
It's the AFC East is up. And the AFC East is
tonight is going to be great. Tonight is going to be great for
It's going to be good,
show.
Man. And so I look forward to seeing the Jets and the Dolphins fans who have disappeared from the live chat.
We're back, baby. Running the table. Just kidding. Or am I not? New York Giants went on the road to try to sweep the Eagles, but they were unable to do so. A.J. Brown out with a hamstring issue. Didn't really matter. They got the tush-push situation going on. These Eagles, man, they're a mess with this. But the unfortunate news with this game is Cam Scatterbo completely dislocates his ankle. One of the crazy, awesome stories. He had a touchdown before that happened. One of the better stories throughout the NFL. You saw how much he means to that football team. Devastating. Malik Neighbors and now Cam Scatterbo. Your thoughts of this Giants-Eagles game?
So starting off with the Philadelphia Eagles, that's the Philadelphia Eagles offense that I remember. A ground and pound type attack. You're getting Saquon, well-balanced, well-timed throws from Jalen Hurts, everybody being involved. That's the Eagles team that I expect to see for the remainder of the season. If you do remember last year, they kind of had like a weirdish start. They picked up when you needed them to around toward the end of October going into November. And this is that team, man. They are still serious contenders in the NFC. Do not sleep on that. As far as the Giants, dude, it sucks about Scatterbo. It sucks about Malik Neighbors, what could have been. I really hope that this doesn't diminish the development of Jackson Dart, because having Scatterbo out there was really that key ingredient that allowed him to win in other facets of the game. But
if you're the Giants, are you buying at the deadline not to try to make a run for the playoffs, but just to give Jackson Dart some type of weapon so he can develop as a quarterback? And then this weapon, hypothetically, you bring in is with the idea that he's there next year. So you target someone that has a control under their contract that they'll be here for at least this and next year. Or do the Giants buy a weapon just for the development of Dart? Because he's got nobody now.
I know. Yeah, he has Wan'Dale Robinson, right? His go-to guy for the New York Giants. Normally, what I would say is roll with the current roster that you have and just hope for some quality draft picks. But then I look at Dable and I look at Schoen and their GM, and I still think that their seats are not entirely safe as of right now. So I would not be surprised if they are aggressive at the deadline. I think that they will be in the Jalen Waddle competition if Miami is still willing to move on from him, although that they won their game yesterday. Yeah, dude, right now, like, you need to be able to make sure that your rookie quarterback takes advantage of these early reps, because that largely determines what kind of quarterback he's going to be moving forward. So I would not be surprised in the slightest if, for example, they are aggressive at the deadline.
Yeah, and the Giants are now 2-6. You know, what everyone thought could have been a really fun story. 2 wins against good football teams, the Eagles and the Chargers, but now they're just back to being 2-6. I mean, they only have one more win than the Jets. I mean, let's be honest with ourselves here.
So who would you go after? If you were the Giants guy?
So Chris Olave, it seems like he's not going anywhere. That is someone I would. I mean, what I heard is that the Saints and Olave are working on a contract extension, but you never know. Because if I'm the Saints, I do not trade Olave, because you're going to be no.
Really? For me,
I think like from a team perspective, like not trading for a receiver, but trading away your receiver. First round wide receivers are a premium in this league. And I think if you're the Saints, same thing with the Jets. They're about to go into the draft and pick a quarterback. You want your quarterback you're drafting to have a number one receiver right away, Olave and Wilson. So I think the Saints and the Jets, well, the Jets aren't doing it, but I don't think the Saints should, personally.
So for me, I think that this is entirely a smokescreen. And because you're telling me that the New Orleans Saints, who have no idea who their quarterback is, by the way, they are going to extend a wide receiver that is probably a concussion away from retirement. A good GM is going to throw smoke screens out, especially during the NFL trade deadline, so that you can make him look a lot more valuable to other teams that are looking for a wide receiver. I think that this is their play to get a higher draft pick for him. I'm not saying it's going to work, but I think they're trying to elevate his value. So say, for example, like he's going to go for a second round pick now that storyline is out there. Whereas before, he probably would have went for a third. So I think this is kind of gamesmanship. Yeah, it's semantics right now. Because like when you look at the Saints game, had Rattler, he was struggling tremendously. And then you throw in Shook, being like, oh yeah, let's see what we can have in this young man. He looks just as bad. So I think that the Saints right now are really getting to a point where you need to hit on quarterback next year. You absolutely need to.
They have the first overall pick.
Valuable assets is Olave, so get him out of there so you can accomplish it.
They have the first overall pick now, the Saints. It's got Jets fans whining and crying. Wah. Come on. What are we doing here? But all jokes aside, big time win for the Buccaneers. Just needed to get back on track. Easy one for them. Dominated defensively. It was pretty much an easy one for him. Baker Mayfield, the offense did not have to do much. Their defense kind of carried them.
Yep.
In this game, and they just cruised their way to a victory. Very impressive in terms of just how they were able to get that type of game. I mean, there's not really much we can break down in this one other than that.
So with all of the injuries you see on Tampa Bay, you needed their defense to step up, and that defense stepped up. Yeah. Quality pressure, great coverage, really causing some havoc in that gritty divisional.
They had 2 touchdowns, didn't they?
Yeah, with 2, but so there wasn't really a lot open downfield. And so you can tell that they really miss Mike Evans. They miss Chris Godwin. And they need to stay healthy. And they need to get healthy. But luckily, it looks like Tampa Bay is running away with this NFC South division.
Yeah, they just got to get into the playoffs and hope for the best. Now, let's get into some trade news because there is some players on the block that I didn't really expect. Brian Thomas from the Jacksonville Jaguars could be on the trade block. I know your eyes are like, ooh, I want him with the Bills. Do you see him actually getting traded? Because that's a name that's come out of nowhere. He's having an awful year, too. I mean, fell off the face of the earth. Drop passes, not great. I don't know what happened. But do you see BTJ getting traded?
It's 50-50 for me right now. One thing that I feel like a lot of people ignore is that Brian Thomas Jr.'s statistics, his good statistics, were when Mac Jones was the quarterback over in Jacksonville. Him and Trevor Lawrence never really established much of a chemistry at all. So sometimes you just see a particular quarterback and a wide receiver just don't mesh well together. And Trevor Lawrence is not the answer, right, for a player like Brian Thomas Jr. And then you also end up putting into the equation Liam Cohn, right? He's a brand new head coach. Who knows if he has the right personnel that he thinks is going to make his system go. I think drafting Travis Hunter was a sign that they could get away with letting go of Brian Thomas Jr. I don't think that it's all on him, right? Yes, he's hearing footsteps in the middle of the field. I think he's afraid to get hit. But then when it comes into off-target throws, you see a significant regression from what Trevor Lawrence did last year. He had 62% on target to Brian Thomas through the first 7 last year. Now he's at 49.8%. So it's a Trevor Lawrence issue more so than it is a Brian Thomas Jr. issue. It's 50-50 for me. And they can be making calls on him. Will they pull the trigger? I suppose we're going to have to see in exactly a week. But I don't know, man. And the NFL is stranger than fiction sometimes.
You got that right. I think Brian Thomas Jr. is an interesting name. We also hear A.J. Brown could be dealt. There's other guys around the NFL. Breece Hall's name is still in there. I mean, I don't want to trade away Brees.
Yeah, well,
I do not.
Dude. And so, dude balled yesterday.
He did, and I think that trading him away, I mean, the big problem with the Jets is we don't have a lot of weapons outside of Garrett Wilson and Brees Hall. You get rid of one of them, and then you're just left with Garrett and no one else for the long term. Like, we want to build a offense. So, I don't know.
Would you guys be buyers at the deadline, though?
No.
And so I would be shocked if you guys were buyers.
No. I'm not saying we're going to be buyers. I'm just saying, like, retain this talent for next year.
Yeah.
We have the talent on the team. You know, the guy I can see get traded for the Jets is Michael Carter II, because that trade we made in the middle of the season for the Titans slot corner, Brownlee,
yeah,
he replaced Michael Carter II, changed the defense completely. Like, Brownlee's a dog. He got the game-winning play. He's a beast. Michael Carter II's now the backup. I think he is going to get traded. Mm-hmm. But I don't think Quinnen's getting traded. Jermaine Johnson publicly said he spoke with the Jets. They told him he's not going anywhere. So I don't know. The Jets I don't see as buyers, but I don't really see them as much as a fire sale, as much as I initially thought.
As much as people thought. Glenn came in and corrected it. Oh,
I got it.
He said it was week 12, November 25th, 2021, that all four teams won. Needed to put my glasses on to type. Well, hey, it's been a while, man. 4 years, dude.
That is, we got to make sure we remember that tonight. 4 years it's been since we were able to do this. That's sad.
It's been a long team, man. We're going to have to pull up the actual edition of the AFC East Roundtable.
Yeah.
And react to it.
It's hard to, I mean, who can find the link? Put our chat to work. Who can find the link to this show? It could be on one of our channels, because I don't know if we had the AFC East Roundtable at that time, the channel itself.
I don't think we did. I think it was on one of our. Yeah, I think it was on one of our channels at the end of the day.
If it's on Master at Work's channel, we're screwed. It's gone.
Yeah, yeah. If it's on Master at Work's channel, we have no idea where it is. Oh my God, we have no idea where it is indeed.
So, any other players that you can see get traded or that I haven't mentioned?
Dude, it's tough. One team that stands out to me is the Cincinnati Bengals and Trey Hendrickson. So I got to ask you, right? Flacco obviously looked semi-decent, I would say, at least for the first half of the game in Cincinnati. Like had 30-plus points on the defense. But their entire goal right now is to win enough games in order for Joe to hopefully be able to go onto a run. If Cincinnati were to beat you guys yesterday, I think that Trey Hendrickson probably would have rolled out with the Bengals for the remainder and then hit free agency. But if I'm Cincinnati, and so I'm trading Trey Hendrickson, and so dude's a pending free agent next year.
He did get hurt. He is banged up.
He did get hurt too. He's banged up.
His trade value is probably not anything.
His trade value is probably not as high as it was, but one thing I will say about him is right now you have the opportunity of being able to get draft capital for a player like this, opposed to waiting and getting nothing if you just let him ride out the remainder of the season and you guys go 6-11 or 7-10. So I think Trey Hendrickson still might be on the ball.
Yeah, that's a possibility. He was dealing with a hip issue. He played through it, and he re-injured it again, and he looks like an old man. The Jets shut him down completely.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole offensive line was on another level yesterday. I don't know. It could be one of those things where the team wants his physical before they trade for him, and like there may not be interest around the NFL for him for that reason, because it's a rental. It's just for this year. Do they want to trade a potential draft capital for a 1-year rental that couldn't barely even play this year? That's not himself.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting situation that they are in. The Bengals' loss yesterday is not good for them because they're trying to stay afloat for the return of Mr. Joe Burrow. So we got you covered for the trade deadline all week long. It's going to be interesting.
So what about Jordan Addison for the Minnesota Vikings? What do you think about him? Could he be a sleeper and that you could see Minnesota walking away from?
I mean, Aaron Jones is in and out of the lineup.
We have JD the Great just came in and said a trade just happened. I'm trying JD to pop.
Great.
JD, who was the player in the Rams trade for a cornerback from the Titans, Roger McCreary. Ladies and gentlemen, we have some breaking news. the Tennessee Titans are sending cornerback Roger McCreary, whose name was circulating around the trade deadline before, to the Rams for a conditional 5th and 6th round pick.
Yeah, this is actually a half hour ago this broke.
It was a half hour ago, folks. Roger McCreary is now on the LA Rams.
Dude. Crazy. The last time the Titans traded away a corner, it was to the Jets, and every Titans fan was pissed off because now he's a dog for us. So I wonder if, the Titans are a mess.
Yeah.
They are a mess. This doesn't shock me. The Rams are getting some talent. This is a perfect example of a team that's buying and a team that's selling. A team that's going to go out there and try to win a Super Bowl, and a team that is pretty much terrible.
So I got to ask you about the Titans too. And because this is actually really interesting. Like, first off, they get belt to ass by the Colts. So we are all aboard the Colts train right now. But here's my question about the Titans and Cam Ward. We have seen some scenarios in the past, like the Josh Rosens on the Arizona Cardinals. He lasted a year, right? And then following draft, they end up going on ahead and getting Kyler Murray, send him off. Cam Ward has not been looking good. And granted, his offensive line is terrible. We can make all the excuses in the world for him. But if the Tennessee Titans get the first overall pick and they have a new regime coming in, I got a gut feeling that they go for a quarterback again. I don't think that Cam Ward has shown even flashes that he's the guy.
He's shown that typical, eye-opening throw talent. Dude, he's got talent, the arm talent. But it's just not connecting mentally, which is the most important for him. No. And you're 100% right. If the Titans get the first overall pick, they're going to evaluate their number one quarterback on the board and compare him to Cam Ward as the prospect and look at the film. And he got a brand new coach. I will say they got a new GM last year, Mike Bergonzi from the Chiefs. He drafted Cam Ward. So they're going to get a new coach in the building, but they're not getting a new general manager. So I think that maybe Mike Bergonzi has an attachment to Cam Ward. Who knows? But we've seen crazier things. If the Titans fall in love with Fernando Mendoza or Ty Simpson or one of these guys, we've seen crazier things.
Yeah.
For sure.
Dude, he just hasn't been looking good. And yes, I understand his offensive line has been terrible, but things just aren't connecting for him. He's making some ill-timed throws. He's had some pretty awkward fumbles where he drops the ball midway through his arm motion.
What I will say too, though, is based off of everything we're seeing around the NFL with Daniel Jones' success, Baker Mayfield's success, Sam Darnold's success, it really does show you when you build around a quarterback properly and give them the foundation they need, give them the proper coaching and the proper tools, and give them their time to figure it out. We've seen time and time again that it work out. So the Titans are going to have that opportunity to trust Cam Ward's talent because he's got, the thing about Cam Ward, he doesn't just have a talent. You watch some of the throws he makes, it's I don't think there's another NFL quarterback that can do that. He can just let that thing fly on a bullet in time. That win he had against the Cardinals, he was making ridiculous throws. So he's got talent. He's got the things, but will it be able to click for him mentally? And also, is he going to have the proper support system around him to get the most out of him? And the Titans got to make that decision around him. Is he somebody that if you give him the tools and the resources, he'll figure it out? Because he could be the next example of getting shipped off and then he becomes a dog on another team. And the Titans will regret it. Because, I would take Cam Ward on the Jets to build around. I think that he actually has a lot of tools to be excited about, but it's the question of if you give him the right resources to develop.
Cam Ward, can he turn it around? And so I'm not sure about you, man, but I was a big winner yesterday on Sleeper. Sleeper Picks, hands down, the number one player prop platform on the market today. I leveraged their promo. Just by signing up, you get $20 completely for free, and they match 100% of that all the way up to $100. And so I went with James Cook over all-purpose yards. That was at 87. I had him over on touchdowns, which was 0.5. I had Dalton Kincaid with under receptions. And we ultimately ended up having a great game. One big. Highly recommend that you guys go show some Sleeper some love. Like I mentioned, these promos are not something to sleep on. Shout out to Sleeper for being a proud partner of this show. Link is in description. Yeah, knock it out, man.
Shout out to Sleeper, baby. Winning some cash. You know who wants
a big game tonight, too.
Chiefs?
Commanders. Chiefs and the Washington Commanders, dude.
I wish Jaden Daniels was healthy, man.
Me too.
It just makes like everything so boring without him. No offense, Marcus Mariota, but we're all thinking it.
He's just bad, man.
We're all thinking it. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Let's bring on a Patreon caller now.
Let's go.
First one of the show. We got LaSalle in the building.
What's good, everyone?
What up, LaSalle?
Good, doing good. Glad that we finally got a win. Fucking finally.
Whoa, Zell.
One thing I will say, I will say, the Steelers are frauds. I think, in my opinion,
frauds. He says.
Yeah, I think they were frauds. Like the way that the Packers beat them, I just feel like they're going to be another season for the Steelers that like they're going to be 9-8 and then they're going to get bounced out in the playoffs.
Wow. Well, LaSalle with a hot take. Dan, your thoughts. Are the Steelers frauds in your eyes after last night's performance?
So the Pittsburgh Steelers to me are going to be the Pittsburgh Steelers. I did not have expectations over 10-7 or 11-6. I still think that they do get it done. There are some defensive questions. Like allowing 21 points in the fourth quarter is piss poor. They had a great first half, but then ultimately Green Bay just ended up making adjustments and the Pittsburgh Steelers did not. But TJ Watt's kind of been off this year. He's not really looking the same. If I'm the Pittsburgh Steelers, maybe not this year, but like if Aaron Rodgers decides to actually hang it up and call it a career. So we've been hearing rumors that Pittsburgh wants him to stay next year too. I think that they need to be serious about moving away from some of these older pieces and really build a whole new regime. And that starts, of course, with moving on from Mike Tomlin, say that they see much of the same, and just get a new start right over in Pittsburgh. And so I still think that they are a playoff team, and so I think they will be first rounded regardless of who they play. I still got the Ravens winning this division, but frauds is sort of harsh for me because I never really had that high of expectations for this team to begin with.
Yeah, they are a team that are built to win a Super Bowl right now from the perspective of them going all in.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers, Jalen Ramsey, Jonnu Smith, they went all in with their everything they possibly can. Anybody that has Aaron Rodgers on their team is with the hopes that they can hoist to Lombardi. So this is it for them.
So I wouldn't sleep on them being buyers at the deadline.
Yeah.
So when you look at a team that could go for a wide receiver, that's Pittsburgh. So maybe it's a Waddle, maybe it's a Jordan Addison, maybe it's a Chris Olave. I don't think that A.J. Brown is for sale anymore. He might be. I don't know. But I do think that Pittsburgh is going to be dangerous, and if they bring in that right sort of wide receiver, I think that a lot of their issues will be solved.
Now, you are somebody that had a take about the Green Bay Packers finishing last in their division.
No, you remind me of that a lot.
Well, we got to every week. I'm just want to get your updated thoughts about the Green Bay Packers after them beating up on the Steelers last night.
5-1-1, right?
Yeah.
It's tough for me to go on ahead and stay with that take. I think that the Minnesota Vikings have taken over as the basement dwellers of the NFC North by the end of the season. With Green Bay, I still think that they're a third-place team. I think that they make the playoffs. I still want them to be tested a bit. But we'll find out in November and December, man. Richie, this is when you figure out who a good football team is this upcoming month. November and December football is when most teams separate themselves from the pack, and you get a good understanding of what their identity truly is. As far as this division, I have the Lions, followed by the Bears, and then the Green Bay Packers in third, making the playoffs.
So you got the Bears finishing above the Green Bay Packers.
I do.
Wow.
I do. Mm-hmm.
You see more from the Bears this year to give you hope that they're going to come back and go on a run more than Green Bay.
Yes.
All right. We shall see. Yeah, I think everybody that starts playing the best brand of football now, it's what it is. Tucker Kraft, dude. That's a dude. That's a dude on the Packers.
So we talk about the Packers just being able to find these random names at tight end, and it just works.
But like
It
though.
just
Like,
works.
usually it's just like a guy that's just like good, like quality.
And so
like,
who
this
remembers
guy looks
Robert
like,
Tonyan? Hey,
yeah,
Robert Tonyan.
Of course. I
Yeah,
think
dude,
Tucker Kraft is playing like one of the best tight ends in football right now. Like,
he is.
I got Kraft in fantasy in one of my leagues as well. I'm very happy about that. And I got on the waivers. Like, he wasn't even drafted.
Yeah, dude, listen, man. Like, when it comes into the Packers, they truly have an everybody eats type offense. It's tough for you to decide where the ball is going at any given quarter. And yeah, dude, listen, it is a scary offense, and I look forward to watching them be tested coming soon.
How did you do in fantasy this week?
That's a great question, Rich. So why don't you
Let's
pull
see.
it up? Did Dan Mitchell win?
No, you did not. Dan Mitchell scored 100 points. You started Michael Penix, who didn't play.
Well, you know what's frustrating? See, you know what's wildly frustrating for me, brother?
You have the Bengals defense.
I had the Bengals defense.
The Jets
who did not play all that well. I figured it was against the Jets. That was a bad move. But like, what's equally frustrating about this is that
I think we lost you, Dan.
roster change. But the problem was that even if I were to start Kirk
You
Cousins,
still would have lost.
I still would have lost by a significant margin. So me not having a quarterback starting really wasn't an issue. Thank God Jared Goff is coming. What is my standings? What are the standings?
You're You're going to be 5-3.
Okay, 5-3. Where are we at?
You are going to be second. Now, I'm in first place. TD's tied with you. I'm versing TD. And we have a big game.
Yeah, you
tonight.
beat TD, though, didn't you?
No, we did not. So I unfortunately made a mistake as well. I had Drake London. Start.
And you still beat TD.
Well, no, I did not beat him yet. So I'm down 88 to 114. I have two people tonight. I have Rashee Rice and the Chiefs defense. I need Rashee Rice and the Chiefs defense to come back and beat TD. Do you think I have a chance to do that?
Scores at 86. You're going to need Rashee Rice to go absolutely new.
I need 26 plus points between them both combined.
It's tough with the Chiefs, too, because who knows? Say that it's going to be a Hollywood Brown game, or it's going to be an Xavier Worthy game, or it's going to be a Rashee Rice game. And so the defense is going up against Marcus Mariota. I think, Richie, you are going to be seeing either a win or a loss decided by maybe a point or two.
Well, I hope I can, man. I'm pissed off that Drake London started, and I didn't have anybody in my bench to replace him with. Everybody else was on their bye or
the
hurt.
bye week killed me, man.
Yeah, dude. I would have to drop one of these players to replace Drake London, so I was kind of screwed there. But we'll see. I'm 6-1. Hopefully, I can beat TD. And it took me to not even play someone that's playing for him to potentially beat me. But hey, that's the AFC East Roundtable.
Oh my God! Please pull that back up. Please pull that up, dude. He started both of the Carolina Panthers running backs. He really thought, man, dude, he was like, oh, man, this Panthers team is about to walk the Buffalo Bills. And I can tell you exactly what he's going to say. It turned into, from last week, oh, man, like this Carolina Panthers team's a good team. They might beat the Buffalo Bills. But then when we beat them, it's like, oh, it was the Carolina Panthers, Dan. Relax. First off, 4-win team, by the way. All right? 4-win team. Shut down the run game. Here we are. And look at that. With TD, man, he was hate watching.
Was he on the Panthers? I missed a preview show this week.
Yeah, he was on the Panthers. He picked the Panthers to win the game.
Of course he did.
But
he knows ball, apparently.
He does know ball. Yeah, he does know ball, apparently. But don't worry. We're going to be having a conversation with TD later tonight in the AFC.
Yeah, but, TD says the Colts were the best team of football after they beat the Dolphins after week 1. So now he knows ball after that.
Oh,
accidental take.
Hey, dude, he had a point. He had a point because that Indianapolis Colts team is a wagon.
Man, got to give him credit.
It is an absolute wagon. And folks, we were just talking about fantasy football. You probably remember RotoWire for their fantasy football toolkit, hence why myself, Richie, and TD are in first, second, and third place of our fantasy league. Thanks to RotoWire for that. But guys, they also have released their go-to player prop research tool on RotoWire. Sportsbook.com. As you can see, they give you your daily over and under locks across every single platform that you utilize your player prop parlays. If you use the link in our description and sign up for this research tool using code RTS, you will get 15% off. I utilize this each and every single week for all of my picks, and it's really been paying its dividends. I highly recommend you give them some love, go show out, and let us know your thoughts, man. Let's get this money.
Shout out to Roto Wire. Speaking of those Colts, man, they just make things look easy. I mean, great teams beat up on bad teams, and that's what the Colts did.
They do. Dude, you know what? You weren't here last week when I presented this question to TD, and I'm curious to hear what you think. How Daniel Jones has been playing right now, is he playing good enough for you to give him a multiple-year extension, or would you just sign him to another 1-year deal next year and to make him prove it?
Well, I got to see more. I got to see how the season progresses. I got to see what they do in the playoffs. I think I got to wait and see. But I think he can deserve like like the similar contract that Sam got with the Seahawks. If he plays really well, I can see him get, which is, I mean, the deal that Sam got for Seattle, bargain for the Seahawks.
Bargain,
the way he's playing.
Sure.
So I think a contract like that I would feel comfortable with. But I also need to see Daniel Jones finish out the season, not fizzle out. Can he go in playoff games? Can he go on a run? Because if he does go in the playoffs and they do that, then yeah, absolutely.
It's funny, too.
It's a little too early.
Yeah. Like, there's no way in my eyes that if Anthony Richardson were to start for this team that they would be 7-1.
No way.
Like, maybe it's recency bias, but like there's virtually no way that this Colts team would be 7-1 if Anthony Richardson was the guy.
No. I mean, Jonathan Taylor deserves all the credit in the world, but the quarterback position is monumental because they have a pass threat now. Anthony Richardson would just stay on the ground. I don't think Jonathan Taylor is even doing as good with Anthony Richardson under center.
So you got to wonder. So is Anthony Richardson potentially on the move at the trade deadline right now?
Who the heck would want to trade for him?
I mean, a team that's like desperate and think that they can develop him as a QB2, something along those lines. Like
a Trey Lance
I could maybe
trade?
see the Saints being interested, right? Especially since they're trying to throw as many darts like at the wall as humanly possible to get a guy. Like maybe Kellen Moore is cocky enough to think that he can get the most out of Anthony Richardson.
Yeah, I mean, hey, he's a top 10 pick.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm sure there's some team out there that wants a new quarterback. Why not? I can definitely see that.
I mean, who knows, man?
He's
but like,
trash, dude. He's really bad.
It's tough, man. Like I'm sitting here looking at the Colts like schedule, 7-1. So they have the Steelers, the Falcons, followed by the Chiefs, Texans, Jags, Seahawks, San Francisco 49ers, the Jags again, and the Texans.
They're screwed. I'm kidding.
I think this might be a 15-2 team.
First seed?
I think so. I think this team might go 15-2.
I mean, upsets happen. You know, even on just because a team that they go up against is worse than them doesn't mean they can't beat them. This is the NFL.
Yeah.
But the Colts has proven that they are beaten up on bad teams. So I think there is a chance where I think 13 wins is a little more realistic. But hey, they're 7-1. They're a wagon right now. So shout out to the Colts.
So first seed for you, bro, right? So it's the AFC. It's midway through the season right now. Who is your favorite for the 1 seed?
Right now it's the Colts. But you know what's weird about the Colts and also the Patriots? Like the schedules are so easy for some of these teams, and they're taking advantage of them. Like good teams beat bad teams, and that's what the Colts and New England are doing, and the Bills. To be frank, you know the Bills are still in there. They're 5-2. It's not like act like they're not right in there. They just had an early bye, so they're just a half game back from some of these teams. And I think don't sleep on the Chiefs. We'll see tonight, but
yeah,
I'm just saying like,
and they're gonna win that game.
Yeah, I mean let's just not
by
forget.
a large margin.
I mean the Broncos though are also a team to watch out for because we thought and that AFC West division is now becoming like really competitive.
Yeah,
I think that's the best division in the conference, no doubt.
It's first place Denver Broncos team, dude.
Chargers.
Bo Nix was out there slinging it. It's one of the biggest like gripes from this Denver Broncos team was that so they started off slow. It was not the case. It was not the case at all. 27 points alone in the first half. I think this Broncos team is a force. But
you look at the
unfortunately, Pat Surtain left with a shoulder injury. How long is he going to be out? Because once Surtain went down, like that secondary looked like a shell of themselves.
That's something to watch out for.
Mm-hmm.
You have the Broncos in first place. The Chiefs, if they win tonight, they get to 5-3, tied with the Chargers, one game back from the Denver Broncos. Yeah. You got 3 playoff teams in one division potentially.
3 playoff teams, man.
And then you got the Raiders.
And then you have the poor Raiders, dude, at 2-5.
Damn. We'll see.
What can you do, man?
So you got the Chiefs winning tonight?
Yeah, I do, man. Listen, as far as Marcus Mariota, I know that he's kept a couple of games close. And so I do think that if Washington has any shot in the gun range at this, I think that they need to get their run game going. If there is a weakness on this Kansas City Chiefs defense, it is running the football. And so I think that there are some pretty key matchups in the secondary. But again, it's Marcus Mariota throwing the football. So I think this game might be closer than people think. But I do think that this Kansas City Chiefs offense stays on a heater. It's funny how you watch the Chiefs because for the past couple of years, it's more so been defensive dominance and the offense really just doing its job in key moments. It's shifted back to the 2021 Kansas City Chiefs, where it's the offense going out and just hammering teams 30-plus points. So I have the Chiefs running away with this one. I'm going to go 35-17, I feel like.
Yeah, Marcus Mariota, man. I like Mariota. I'm rooting for him. I think that he is going to have to show up and show out tonight. He's had some really good games this season, really bad games. I think he's a really good backup, like a really good backup quarterback where you can win with him at times. You know, him and Jameis Winston, it's funny. They both were that in that draft class, first and second overall. Now they're both just like really good backups that you trust. So I got the Chiefs in this game as well, but we shall see. Well, folks, we're going to be live on the AFC East Roundtable tonight, 6 p.m. EST. Don't forget to check us out over there. We're going to wrap up this show now. Smash the like button if you did not already. We appreciate the love and the support on this show. Dan, anything you want to say to the people before we wrap it up?
I'll tell you what, folks, we sincerely appreciate that all of you make this a part of your daily routine, whether or not you listen to us while you're going about your workday or you're running your errands. We know all of the regulars in the chat, and we sincerely appreciate you for it. Please do us a favor and hit that thumbs up sign if you want to show some sort of support. It's the easiest way to do it. And also tell your friends and family about the show. If you are NFL aficionados and want some fire hot takes from the boys Monday through Friday at 1 p.m. EST, you know where to find us. What about you, Rich?
You know where to find us. We will see you tonight. Let's go,
Peace.
Jets! We're back. Love you guys.